Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to The Return with Josh and Maria Cribbs. I'm Maria Cribbs.
And I'm Josh Cribbs.
And welcome to another beautiful day. How you feeling today, Josh?
I am feeling good. Summer is in full effect.
No.
By summer, I mean the weather.
It's still, I'm about to say, because it's still spring solstice or something like spring.
I mean, that may be.
It's not solstice, summer solstice.
This is Cleveland. You got to take the weather the best weather is right now.
Let me tell y'all something. Every time we start this show, he be like, don't be going off on no weather tangents. And then lo and behold, who's talking about the weather today?
Hey, I'm just saying, it's something about when you feel good outside, when the weather is nice and everybody's able to enjoy outside. That's a good thing.
I keep begging the viewers, please give Josh all, allergy remedies because he's making this weird noise at home every morning. He makes this. What do y'all use? Is it the Claritin? Is it the Zyrtec, the Advil cold and sinus? What can this man use to clear up his allergies? Can't you get an allergy shot?
If I would have did it already. But you asking me? I'm the one with suffering. I would have went and did it.
Do y'all believe in sleep divorces? Do you know what a sleep divorce is? That means you're married, but at the end of the night, you're divorced because you got to go to your quarters and I go to my quarters because I don't want to wake up. I don't want to hear that noise all morning.
Hey, we ain't had no
show them the noise.
We ain't had no sleep divorce last night.
Show them the noise you do, Josh. Show them the noise.
I already did that. No, I ain't showing them the scratching of my throat sound.
He's still doing it.
Not doing it.
He's still doing it.
Yeah.
But you know who doing it big, though?
Who is that?
The Guardians, baby. You see that win last night, that dub?
I definitely saw the W. Your mom was watching.
She said us.
She was like, hey, they ran into each other. I'm like, I know, I'm watching it.
Okay, so how does that happen? Because aren't you supposed to call each other off? Like, if somebody's getting the ball, don't you call the other player off?
Ryan, you know what I think it is? When you make it to a certain level, Maria, I think some people, as some teams and some players, they lose the fundamentals that we learned as a kid. You know, when it's a pop fly, if it's in the infield, the shortstop call them off. And they run the whole infield. In the outfield, the center field can call everybody off. These simple fundamental things, but they so old. They're so much of a professional that the fundamentals.
That's I mean, you can go watch a game and it grinds my gears like no other. You'll never see an outfielder in the major leagues use two hands. And I understand that they're talented enough not to, but if you play baseball, it's the first thing you learn is two hands. And it just makes me so mad. But they never do it. Never.
They never do it. And then they're subject to errors. Right. Unforced too. And they never call it, of course.
Right.
I remember Ken Griffey Jr. He stole a outfield ball from his dad. That clip went viral not too long ago.
Oh, for real?
So when I see these guys run into each other, I'm just like, it's fundamentals. But they get through it. It's just unforced is what I see. Unforced, like just call it. I got it. You could be a professional and you don't have to call it.
What happens when you're like, I got it, no, I got it, I got it, no, you got it, I got it. What if y'all both calling for the ball? Who?
The center field calls off everyone.
Oh.
The right and left won't be in the same area.
Oh. Learning something today. I learned something today.
Shortstop calls off everybody. Outfield calls off the infield.
Right.
So there are things in place. And again, it goes back to fundamentals. However, that was a good win against the Texas Rangers.
You know your son mad with you.
Why is
because he left it up to me for some reason. Yeah, he left it up to me for some reason because our son he's really good in baseball. Like, I didn't even like baseball until he started playing, and now I'm watching games without him. He said, Mom, find me a team to play this season. Why you ain't finding my team, Josh?
That's not, hey. My parents, Ryan, my parents ain't never have to find me no team.
Because but see, when you grow up,
organization, I was out there. And
that's what happens when you live in the suburbs. You gotta go down to the rec center and sign up for everything. You probably was playing baseball in your neighborhood.
By the sound of my voice, and everybody out there know I'm correct. This is an informational age. You can find anything on that phone. We have phones. Our children have phones. They can find teams. Hey, Dad, I found the team. Sign me up on it. Okay, bet. Because you
How did you find your teams?
I was in the neighborhood.
That's what I'm saying. So now when you grow up out of the city,
we didn't have
and you
phones.
move to the suburbs, you got to go down to the Y to sign up, or
we
go
didn't
down to
have it. I know when my son want to go to the Y run, you know what Izzy do? He call the Y to see if they going to be open or is it open gym.
Y'all got open gym?
Exactly. He don't need us for that.
I said, he call him.
He need us for a ride.
He don't even say hello. They pick up the phone. Y'all got open gym. I see you supposed to say hello.
Exactly. Because he could do the same thing. Like y'all allowing.
Well, he looked at his
tryouts.
father as being very well connected in the Cleveland community, so he feels like you could just
At
finish.
some point,
anybody looking for some 14-year-old to be on their baseball team, he really good. He's a really good
at
catcher,
some
really good
point,
shortstop.
he
He runs really
and
fast
he's going
too.
to play in high school, but at some point, you got to want it for yourself. You
All
can
right.
lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Shout out to Class A though. The pitcher last night. I mean, the blue locks though. You see that? You see his hair? I was like, Josh, you might want to go ahead and dye your locks
Negative.
like Class A.
Negative.
No.
He is 20. He is in his 20s.
Hey, blue hair don't have no age
We
limit.
do, and Ryan know, we do some strange things in our 20s.
Yeah, we do.
That you don't bring
said,
to your
yeah, we
30s
do.
and 40s.
Oh, okay.
And on in life. So
All right.
he getting it all out there. I guarantee you he ain't going to be in his 30s and 40s with family, married with no blue locks.
No, I used to, believe it or not, when I was 18.
That blonde
What?
highlights.
No,
What?
I didn't have blue hair. I had my I don't say
Come
that.
Go
on.
ahead,
I
platinum
had
highlights.
no, I had my ears pierced, and I don't know why I did it. There's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't fit
It was
me.
out of the box for you, though.
Yeah, it was very out
was
of the box.
something that-
It was
what made you
something
do it? You was feeling yourself?
Yeah, I was definitely feeling myself.
Ain't nothing wrong with
He's
that,
like,
though.
they gonna love this right here.
Ain't
You had
nothing
both of
wrong
them
with that.
pierced?
Yeah.
See, Josh, you didn't want Izzy to get both pierced. You didn't like that.
Because I think
I took him though. I was like, go do what you want to do, son.
for in my era, it was considered feminine.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't want to do it as a kid. Because for me, I was worried about peer
Josh
pressure.
still don't have his ears pierced.
I didn't.
Ears
Again,
ears
in
bears.
your-
Why
in
your
your
ears so
youth-
bare?
Hey, Caleb Williams out here painting his nails. So I mean,
Right.
For real?
anything
Right.
anybody can do anything now.
see. Yeah,
Anything
oh,
goes
Lord.
now, but you still hold true to your era. Like
Okay.
I come out of the box sometimes.
Yeah.
But I ain't coming out that much out of
Right.
the box. I'm going.
You
I'm
like-
going to just look outside the box, and, and do
Got
me. The Cavs though.
Right.
Let's hop into the Cavs. They play tonight. They're playing right now. Hopefully they're winning right now.
Right,
That's
right.
what we all hope. So if you're listening to this, the Cavs game is on right now.
If they watching this right now, they done flip the channel. The Cavs are down. The Cavs are losing.
or
by-
you may not watch basketball. The latter.
True.
We hope that you just don't watch basketball and you didn't flip away.
we
Because I
gotta
tell
support
you
our
this,
Cavs,
the
right?
Cavs are down by more than 10.
Ooh.
I'm flipping away. I feel like sometimes when my consciousness tells me when I'm watching the game and they're doing bad, I need to stop watching the game.
Yeah.
And I'll cut it back on and they back in it. And then I'll cut it back on. Like, all right, I hope they win. And I just be rooting for them. But as long as I turn off the game and I see them still winning, I keep it off because I think it was me that causes them not to win. The fact that I'm looking.
Right.
If it's the opposite, I'm looking and they winning, and I turn away and they start losing. Oh, they need me.
Yeah,
they need my
they need me to
consciousness.
tune in.
Exactly. Donovan Mitchell.
Man, when I
Spider.
saw him on the
Ain't
sidelines
playing.
the last game.
Yeah, we was like, what the WTF, Ryan?
Spider, what you doing over there,
Why?
Spider?
Because we're playing the number one team in.
Remember
The
Joey
NBA.
from what was show was that? He was like, oh,
Yeah,
that's how I felt when I
Friends.
seen it. Yeah,
Friends.
that wasn't Friends.
Joey.
Joey, he would be like, whoa.
Yeah, that's
What show was? Oh, I know Ryan don't
Maria.
know.
I might throw this phone at her. That's Friends. Joey. Oh, you talking about way back in the day?
Yeah.
Who's the
What-
boss? Or
I forget. He would smack his lips and
whoa.
go, whoa. That's how I felt when I
Blossom?
seen Donovan on the sidelines. I'm like, why is he not suited? Why is he not on the
Yeah.
court, baby?
Yeah, so that's an issue. So Ryan, when I see us playing the best team in the NBA, the 1 seed, and we don't have our best foot, that makes me feel like, Browns, when the Browns are playing and we don't have Deshaun and we're playing like Kansas City and we don't have our whole team. With our whole team, we have a shot. Without him, we out here praying. Both arms. Please, Lord. And that's how it kind of feels. Because it's not we got a chance. It's if we could just get it close, we could still a win. Not we can play hard and use the talent that we have without Donovan and try to win that way. No, we got to try to and pray to hang around 5 to 7 points in the fourth quarter and then steal a win because we know their talent. And let me say this. I love Donovan Mitchell. Hope they re-up his contract and everything. What's happening now, I see this, and I saw it a lot of times in the NFL, Maria, Ryan.
What's going on?
When a player is on his way out from the organization, towards the end of the season, there tends to be certain injuries that keep them from playing so that they can be 100% healthy for a transition, for a a re-up or another contract. And I'm not saying
I've been hearing the rumors.
this is it because I want him to stay. I
didn't even know this
wholeheartedly
was a thing about him.
have a Donovan Mitchell. I'm ready for this to go long term. But I'm going to tell y'all, this is what I see, Maria. This is what I see with NFL players. Dennis Northcutt did it. That's how I got my chance catching punts.
Mm-hmm.
He stayed out on some bogus injury. Oh, my hamstring. I'm like, what, dog? It's raining outside. I never caught punts before.
Like,
you gonna make me do it for my first
I don't
game?
need to sacrifice it no more.
Lo and behold, and I did an awesome job. We didn't need him, but players do this.
That's usually when they're on their way out as far as my body can't take it no more. I'm already 10 years in this thing anyway.
Nah,
Donovan
it's
Mitchell.
a contract. It's business.
Oh.
It's business. It's like, I'm done. So
I get it. And it is a very possible scenario, an unfortunate one that we could have seen Donovan Mitchell's last game as a Cavalier. But I mean, that dude's been battling injury since months ago. And I mean, they say it's not related to his knee. I think it's his calf now. Who knows? But I mean, even with Donovan Mitchell, even if he was to suit up tonight, which we know he's not,
it'd be tough.
It's still tough. And then for the health thing. And then even if, like, let's say he does play for us next year, then it's like, is this trying to get this one win really worth it if he does tear something and let it linger into next season? So it's a tough situation all around. But I agree with you. I hope we haven't seen the last of Donovan Mitchell in Cleveland.
Wait a minute. Why? Hold on. This is news to me. Why? I didn't know there were talks of him leaving.
Well, his contract is up. And
but he's such a significant player. We love him here in Cleveland. Wait a minute. What's going on?
It's business.
What do you mean it's business?
Is
he not worth?
He's worth it.
Reading up on?
You want to go where you have opportunity to win it. And in the NBA, that's why LeBron, he get to make championship teams. He get to say, we need him, and him. Go to management and be like, we need these guys. If Donovan Mitchell feels like Cleveland ain't it, he might go because he's chasing a ring. And with that, I hope they're winning. But with that, we're going to take our first commercial break.
Be right back. All right, now welcome back to the show.
Yes, let's talk about the Cleveland Browns having the toughest strength of schedule in the NFL.
What does that even mean? Toughest strength of schedule?
They're playing the top teams.
Why you didn't say that? Toughest strength of schedule.
Okay, so I apologize for non-football people.
I'm like, what does that even mean?
People who have no idea of what football is. Like Maria over here.
No, I'm just saying toughest strength of schedule. They don't even just say they got the toughest schedule.
They got the toughest schedule. When you say strength of
schedule. Straight up, just give it to me straight up.
The caliber of, you can't play everybody in the NFL. So you're not going to play, the Kansas City Chiefs every week. You're not going to play them probably until you see the Super Bowl or the playoffs because they're in the AFC. You're not going to play Dallas all the time. You're not going to play the Dolphins. These are the teams that we play this year that makes our strength of schedule difficult. We have Dallas to open up the season.
Cowboys. Now how you feel about that?
We have Kansas City Chiefs. We have the Dolphins. We have the Eagles. We have top-tier teams that all were over 500 in our schedule, which makes us the toughest strength of schedule because our division is arguably
already
the top division in football, having 3 teams make the playoffs. Should have been 4, but Joe Burrow was hurt. So our division, AFC North, is hands down arguably the best division in football.
Right.
So just playing them twice a year makes our strength of schedule up there anyway. Now we got the other conferences tougher schedule. My question to you guys is when we look at the non-conference teams that we play that makes our team have the toughest strength of schedule, Ryan, who do you see as being the toughest problem? Eagles, Kansas City Chiefs, Dolphins, Dallas?
I mean, it's tough to say anybody but the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, they've been the best team in football for the last 3 years, so it's tough to say anybody besides them. Thankfully, we're playing the Cowboys at home week 1, as we know now, because at AT&T Stadium, the Cowboys, like last year, I think maybe lost 1 game at home all year. They're pretty nuts. That's a hard place to play. So thankfully, they're coming to the dog pound. That'll make things a little bit easier. But outside of the Chiefs, I mean, maybe the Dolphins. That's one of those games that, whether it's home or away, could really sway it. I know we talk about home field advantage, but think about it. Miami, their record, if they play here when it snows, I mean, that just gives the Browns such a better chance. I mean, it sounds crazy, but really, their record in the snow is absolutely abysmal. So if they come here, vice versa, if we go there, that's going to make all the difference. But I would just say the Chiefs, it's Patrick Mahomes, it's the best player in football, the best team in football, probably the best coach in football. I would say the Kansas City Chiefs. It's hard to say anybody else at this point.
I tend to agree. I like our matchup against the Dolphins. I like how we match up against them as far as on the offense and defensive line. Our running attack, the possibility of what it could be, and then our defense. Having I think Tyreek Hill and the Dolphins offense, they struggle versus top tier defenses. That's why they're never contenders per se. They're never in the talk when we're talking about playing in the new year. The season is a 24-25 season. They're never contenders in February. Like, they get to the playoffs. They play one of these top-tier defenses, whether it be Kansas City, Eagles, whether it be these guys or Buffalo, and they're done after that. I would also throw the Eagles in there, even though they've been depleted. They now have Saquon Barkley. They now have Buffalo's, who was that? The receiver from Buffalo. I forgot his name. Stephon Diggs with the Eagles. Am I correct on that?
He's on the Texans.
Texans. Dang, that's Texans. That's what I'm saying. But
Buffalo got a good receiver?
Well, they got Stephon Diggs. I was thinking, I don't know why I was thinking Eagles got him. But Eagles have added Saquon Barkley. They already had a good running back last year with Swift. But they've added pieces to the puzzle that makes them dangerous.
Right.
So our strength of schedule, we are playing top tier teams. I think this is what we need. For Deshaun to be able to be tested and then to come through. Because if we get through this year with a healthy Deshaun and we're in the playoffs, I think this helps rewrite a lot of the inconsistencies or issues surrounding our quarterback. But it's imperative that he stays healthy when we talk about our strengths of schedule, because we got the toughest teams out here. Which conference, when I say the biggest problem, though, in the AFC North, Ryan, who has the best offense in the AFC North?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, well, I'll tell you straight up right now, the worst is the Steelers, and I don't think it's particularly close. And maybe, and this isn't me being a homer pick, I think overall, all around, it's the Browns. Because, I mean, if Deshaun Watson comes out and is what he's supposed to be, then it's particularly not close.
But when you say the Browns, are you adding a healthy Nick Chubb?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if Nick Chubb's healthy, then it's not even close, in my opinion.
But if he's not, is it not the Browns?
Right.
If he's not healthy, I mean, I still trust the offensive line enough to make any running back productive, so I'm not going to dissuade my vote that much. I mean, the Ravens, that's the thing. I mean, outside of Zay Flowers, their second wide receiver is Rashad Bateman, who can't stay healthy. I don't even know who, Devin Duvernay, maybe. I mean, the Bengals, yes, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, that's the best receiving duo probably in football, not even just the AFC North. And then if Joe Burrow comes back healthy, sure. So I'd say it's definitely between the Browns and the Bengals, but I'm still going to go the Browns if Deshaun Watson is healthy and playing like Deshaun Watson.
You see how tough that is? I'm sure a lot of people would disagree only because of Lamar Jackson.
Oh, I know they would, but
the Lamar Jackson effect.
Yeah.
That's fine, but
I'm just saying, because of the Bengals have to prove something now. Yeah. Because of Joe Burrow being out, we have something to prove now because of Deshaun being out. And it's like you're only as good as what you were, right? Yeah. Your last, what have you done for me lately?
Right.
So when we talking about how good the Browns or how good the offense, what's the best offense in the AFC North, you look at who made it. I mean, AFC, you see Baltimore. They've already added impactful pieces to the puzzle for them. And I see that, and I'm trying to be unbiased.
They made it further last season than anybody else.
They went to the AFC Championship.
Yeah.
And that's just, they had a bye. I mean, and that was because they was just, handling business in the regular season.
Right.
When I look at all the talent, this further cements why the AFC North is the toughest division in football.
Yeah, it's not close.
It's just not close. I would say the Ravens, just because of what have they done lately type effect. Of course I'm biased to the Browns. Of course I could see the talent here at home, but it just further cements that the AFC North is the toughest division. And for my last topic on the Browns, I'm wearing a Luke Skywalker shirt. See that?
You come with the
That's
graphic
Luke.
shirts. One thing Josh gonna do, he gonna come with those graphic tees now.
Who is Maria and
What?
Ryan? Who is our Luke Skywalker? Is the Browns Luke Skywalker? Who is the main character in the Browns movie? Is it
Hold
Deshaun
on.
Watson?
You guys are fans of Luke Skywalker?
Is it
I'm a Darth Vader fan.
Nah.
what?
No.
She the villain. I'm
Darth-
gonna throw my phone at her.
He's not a villain.
What?
Come
Yeah.
on, y'all must be watching.
Yeah.
It's all about perspective. I like Darth
We
Vader.
know who would be on the dark. She need that hood and be like, I can't wait till you come to the dark side. Like we see the villain.
That's
in
Luke.
there.
That's Luke's father.
That laugh you got is villainistic, by the way. But who is the Luke Skywalker?
Don't
Who's
ask
the
Ryan.
main character
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
in this movie? Deshaun Watson, Nick Chubb, Myles Garrett, and I'm gonna throw these two on it: Kevin Stefanski
Yeah.
or Jim Schwartz.
I mean, it's got to be Deshaun Watson if you want to. If you want to go to the promised land, which is of course the Super Bowl and hoist the Lombardi, the main character has to be Deshaun Watson because as talented as the team is around us, and we saw this last year, you're going to go as far as your quarterback takes you. Organizationally, I mean, yeah, you could probably say it's Nick Chubb because he's the heart and soul of this team, really of this city, and I think maybe him and Miles, and then you have guys like Denzel who have really made this their home. Obviously, in Denzel's case, this was his home before the Browns, but you get my point. It's got to be Deshaun Watson. He has to be the Luke Skywalker. He has to defeat the Darth Sidious. He has to get us to save the galaxy, if you will, and lead the AFC North into the promised
I
land.
love it.
The Browns, that is the Super Bowl. It has to be.
I love it.
It has to be.
I disagree,
Oh,
but I love it.
Ooh.
No, I love it though.
okay. What you going with?
I'm going with Jim Schwartz.
Okay.
The Schwartz be with you.
I saw more of a Han Solo.
May
I
the
was
Schwartz be-
I get that, but I'm gonna tell you why. I was gonna say Myles Garrett,
Yeah.
but it's just a host of other characters on that defense. And you mentioned Denzel Ward, and at the next level down from Denzel, you got you got who was our friend who came on the show?
JOK?
JOK,
Yeah.
linebacker, and then at another level you got Myles Garrett. Our defense is the main character in this. We didn't have Deshaun for most of the season.
Yeah, last
We
year it certainly
still
was.
got there.
I think
Yeah.
what Ryan was saying in futuristic terms.
No, I'm
When
saying
when
now.
Oh.
So I'm saying who is the
Okay,
main
Dad.
character in our movie. The only reason I say this, I agree with Ryan.
Right, I know
Barnes,
you
like,
do.
yeah, the quarterback
What
is
he
usually
should be. Yeah.
he will put us over the top. I think a healthy Deshaun puts us over the top. I think
Yeah.
we're contenders if he's healthy. Like hands down, we're contenders. We gonna be in the show. At least the AFC North. Leading. Kind of how we was last season. If we're in the mix last season with a healthy Deshaun, I mean, people are gonna be scared of Cleveland. The reason why I say defense is just for the same reasons we were just talking about. We have made it so far without a healthy offense. We didn't have a healthy offensive line. Remember, they was depleted.
Yeah.
We didn't have Nick Chubb, but yet we found a way. Jerome Ford and crew, they found a way. But we was led and orchestrated a comeback of the season, if you say, from our defense, having a number one defense. We were reminiscent of Ray Lewis and the boys with Trent Dilfer at quarterback. Nothing against Trent because he came here. Don't be laughing. I'm just saying.
No, your point
Trent
is very
Dilfer
well
wouldn't
taken.
start right now. Am I lying? In the AFC North, there's no place for a Trent Dilfer.
No,
I'm
you're
just-
right. You're spitting.
Are these not facts?
No, those are big.
Like he would not start right now, right? So if you look at that team with Ray Lewis winning the Super Bowl, I mean, both our backups were better than, and again, this is nothing against Trent. I love him. Threw a great ball, Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Right.
But I mean, do I need to say more?
No.
Because our defense led us to the promised land. They are the main characters. All the offense, in my opinion, they have to be the supporting character. That's all I'm saying. If we have a offense
See, I
that's a
thought when you
support character,
asked
that's all I'm saying.
who's the Luke Skywalker, I thought you meant like Ryan went to what particular player. You put
Right.
the whole freaking off.
Jim Schwartz.
You put the whole defense as
I
the
did.
Luke
Jim
Skywalker.
Schwartz.
All right.
Jim Schwartz.
We got
May the
more.
Schwartz
We got to
be
talk
with
about Tom Brady. Saying y'all done messed
he
up
got
his,
upset.
Y'all done made his kids mad at him. Don't go anywhere. We'll talk about it when we get back. All right, now welcome back to the show. Now, I told y'all last week We were talking about the roast of the greatest roast of all time against Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Y'all was all. I feel like y'all was saying it was all right. All the jokes that was coming his way.
Yes.
Y'all was like, it's a roast, Maria.
Yes.
It's a roast, Maria. It's a roast. Come on, don't be all soft like that.
Don't be salty.
Now your boy done doubled back and said, you know what? That might have been too much. Okay, it says Tom Brady. He's basically saying his kids are upset with him.
He's upset because his kids are upset.
Yep.
I think that's a cop-out.
The greatest roast of all time has affected his children. It affected more than that,
I think him saying that, Maria and Ryan, is a cop-out. I think he got heat off from Giselle. And he got heat from everybody connected to him. Because honestly, Tom Brady, why? Why did Tom Brady, being the GOAT, need a roast?
That's what I wanted to know. But
he didn't need to revive his career.
He don't need the money. He don't need to revive his
Why?
career. And I'm not sure when politicians do it, are they trying to raise money for their campaign? I don't know what the reason was.
I thought comedians only did this.
I saw you in the comments on Instagram. I mean, do they not know what a roast is? Yeah, I know what a roast is. I grew up roasting people, but it's a line that you don't cross because some of those jokes that were said, it was just too much. How could you? I don't expect to go no after party with you or to still hang with you after the jokes, the type of jokes that were being said.
Right.
It was getting a little too personal. Am I right? Am I wrong or am I right? Was there something where Tom Brady had some type of call over who could actually, what topics people could discuss? Because from what I understand, they said you could talk about anything but I think the owner of the Patriots. Was that true? Did you hear that?
Apparently he said just no Robert Kraft massage jokes.
So not your wife, not your kids, but you want to protect the owner of the Patriots? So now, of course, your children are ticked off with you because you didn't protect them. Of course, your ex-wife is ticked off with you because you didn't protect her.
Right.
Of all people, you want to protect them and not your blood? Come on, man.
I thought a roast, nothing, no stone left unturned.
No, that's not.
And
you say the wrong thing?
I was even offended.
Josh, when you grew up in school, when someone was joking on you a little too hard, did it or did it not lead to fights?
Sometimes.
So why, when it comes to it's just a roast on TV, you start
saying it's right? If you the one trying to fight after everybody laughing and pointing and joking at you, then that's you got to have better skin.
And Tom openly invited it.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, so it's not like this was out of the blue.
And but he knew the type of jokes that was going to come.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, did you not get to oversee some of the jokes or some of the production behind it? But you oversaw one part where you said, hey, do not say anything about Kraft.
I think he should have let this go out without being said. And they asked him. I don't think he should have said my kids have. I think that's an internal problem. I think he should just have a conversation with his kids like, I did this, it was a mistake. Because he did come out and say, I wouldn't do it again. Like, I shouldn't have did.
He did. He said he was a bit naive, which I tried to explain to you guys last week.
Naive
that was
as hell.
I'm like, why is Tom Brady doing this?
Right.
You got enough money. You don't need a check from Netflix. What?
I thought it was beneath Tom Brady to do this roast. The only thing that I felt beyond Kim Kardashian, beyond Giselle jokes, which I felt were all right on board, I thought they were good. The jokes that I didn't like, that I thought went too far, Ryan and Maria,
go ahead,
was the Hernandez jokes.
Yeah.
That my boy, my guy, Julian and Tom said it too. He kicked it off with saying the hung jokes about Hernandez because I think he hung himself in his jail cell.
And to be clear, you don't have to be that bright to be a professional athlete or a GOAT. And clearly you can see that. I just think it was distasteful. I think it was unwarranted.
Only part for me was the Hernandez parts.
That was the only part.
That was the only parts. Everything
you sound just as goofy as him saying only you can say whatever, only don't say anything about Kraft. It's just
I ain't say Kraft. Kraft should have been. They should have been.
But he should have said, "Don't say anything about Kraft."
You know how
my wife, my children, my divorce, things that are going to affect me. That money cannot because money cannot repair that.
Hold on.
I don't know how big the Netflix check was.
What did anybody say about his kids? I didn't hear anything go viral.
They said no because he said it has.
It had an effect on his kids because of what they said about Giselle. Yeah. Cut that phone off.
Because you didn't protect your ex-wife.
It's too much.
And that's the mother of your children.
Nah.
All for a check.
Giselle, I'm going to give you about 500.
You can talk about Giselle. Just don't say that about Kraft.
Say how much they was giving him. Giselle, I'm going to give you 5%.
I don't need it because I already got my supermodel money.
They already was roasting her.
I got supermodel money and I got your money too.
Hold on. They was already roasting her in a public forum.
So
they just made
the one thing for your ex-husband,
a particular forum to roast.
But it's one thing for your ex-husband to sit up there and co-sign on it and giggle and chuckle and all that with these bunch of phony Hollywood strangers. Like, that's just wrong. And he's Tom Brady. He did not need to do that.
I said my piece.
A GOAT does not need to be,
I said my piece. I think that we both agree that the roast was beneath Tom Brady.
But my point that I'm saying is you didn't agree last week.
The only jokes I didn't agree with was the Hernandez. I just thought those were like, he gone, like, dang, bro, because protect the shield, protect each other. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That was
a little too much.
But all the other stuff, that happened. That's in play.
Tom Brady, if nobody's told you this lately, you are a GOAT. Man. You did not need to resort to that. And with that being said, we'll be right back. Got my pressure all high.
Yeah, that's what.
Because y'all were not talking that tone last week. Oh, it's jokes. It's funny.
Hey, Ryan,
and now the time, like, man, I'm
Maria's comments. They was like, you don't know what a roast is.
I'm like, yeah, I know what a roast is, but I know when somebody crossing the line and being disrespectful too, because each jokes be having like a little underlying realness. What you mean? Because I can talk about Josh and then
they be real.
I say one thing wrong. Oh, what you mean by that? You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah,
don't make your friend. Hey, Tom.
Why you gotta bring me in?
Come on over here, Tom Brady. Come on over here and be friends with Josh Maria. We would only have them jokes in our head or our kitchen table. We wouldn't say them out loud in the public for a check.
Josh, I actually want to ask you this though. If you were to do a roast of you, right? You signed on. Who were some guests that you would want to be there?
Oh, that's a good one. I had some of my teammates on there, but unlike Tom, right?
Ooh, name some teammates.
Some teammates?
Yeah.
I have the greats. I'll bring back people like Charlie Fry. Or something because we played against each other in college.
Derek Anderson,
yeah,
Brady Quinn.
I'll bring James Harrison because of the concussions.
Yeah,
and in my era, he gave them to me. He gave them to Muhammad Massacre. Everybody was getting them at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bring Peyton Manning. Everybody. I went to the Pro Bowl with him. Andrew Luck. I played with him. Guys like that. Who I played with.
You gotta get Pat there.
McAfee.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee.
Oh my gosh.
Definitely him.
Right.
Having a truce with him, saying, all right, if you see me, just come the other way. You gonna get in my way, but I'm gonna not run you over. You not try to tackle me.
Yeah.
Deal, handshake. Well, he got in my way and then he tackled me. And I was like, bro, what the okay.
And I'm not trying to say like QBs are soft or anything like that, but I just can't see outside of QBs getting roasted. I think your roast will probably end in a few squabbles.
I wouldn't.
Somebody say the wrong thing.
Right. That's why I won't be getting
somebody say the wrong thing.
I would be heated.
But
I'll be like, next. Man, I'm just saying, everybody ain't meant to be roasted.
And Ryan, come bring yourself back in this.
Yeah.
So when it came to the Tom Brady roast,
sure.
So
you don't think
we back on the roast?
When it comes to like you saying a joke, even if you had a roast, don't you think it would be certain stuff you just wouldn't say about someone? Like I ain't gonna go there. Like you feel like a roast is like, just let it all out. Wouldn't it back in your head? Wouldn't you be like, I ain't gonna say that?
This is a roast.
Nah, I'm going for everything personal.
Everything coming out. All the yeah, Maria. When you last night, Josh said you know.
Does it have to be true? The jokes?
No, I mean it got to have some truth in it. Some innuendo.
Okay.
Some innuendo because I mean, when you're unbothered, when you're roastable, you don't care. You live a good life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just think it was beneath Tom Brady. That's all I'm saying.
And maybe he's roastable, but he didn't realize the people that in his life were not going to be having that. They didn't take too kind to it. Okay, so Josh, I saw a press conference that Angel Reese was doing to where she was getting some drawback from her attending the Met Gala. What was that about?
So she went to the Met Gala because they played against the New York WNBA team, right?
Okay, so
they was in New York, so before the game, she went to the Met.
Oh, like the same day?
Yeah, before the game. It was the night before.
The night before.
And she went to the Met, and she said this, by the way. This was in her interview.
Uh-huh.
I went to the Met. I slayed the Met. And then we played against New York. I slayed in New York. And they won.
Let's go.
But they was giving her flack. Like, oh my gosh, she come here and thinks he's all that and goes out partying.
And she can.
And she
still whooped on y'all.
How she was like, women are multitask.
Yes.
They're multi-dimensional, tasking, all this great stuff.
Don't tell Harrison Butker that.
Yeah.
What'd he say?
Did you see that?
Yeah.
What'd he say?
Kansas City Chiefs. I'm sorry to derail you. Kansas City Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker basically said a woman's only vocation is to live in a house and raise children.
What?
I think he was clickbait.
Trying to troll.
Yeah,
I know it wasn't.
He can't believe that.
No, it was not clickbait. He was straight up.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot of people who feel that way. It's a lot of people who feel that way, and they have data to back that up. You know, not believing that you just stay at home, period, but that your main role is to nurture and to take care of the home. And it's a lot of people that feel that way.
It's a lot of people a lot of women that wouldn't mind that either. Yeah. You got enough dollars to keep me at home and keep me well taken care of.
But I've been trying to watch the WNBA. And these games have been, you know what I'm saying?
Sporadic. You haven't really been able to They
ain't been on the main channels like that, you know, nationally. And I wanted to tune into Caitlin Clark, and she was having some issues her last game. Her teammates had to kind of get her on the wraps.
Right.
So it's some good little battles that's going on in the WNBA right now. They just need to be more visible.
Yeah, they do.
I'm only seeing it online. I'm just not seeing enough of the games, Maria.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, Mother's Day was this past weekend, right? And I wanted to ask the mothers out there, did your children's father, your husbands, did they do what they needed to do for Mother's Day as far as the gifts go? And then fellas,
we got to give gifts.
Yeah, you got it. Brian, did you give her something for Mother's Day, Ryan?
I thought it was just.
I got her, yeah, and then I took her out to brunch.
Thank you.
Your mother.
Yeah.
Your mother.
Yeah, and then when he has children,
mothers flowers and take them out,
right,
and stuff. But you got to give them gifts and everything,
perfume,
like that.
you know, spa
It's like
treatments and things like that.
right
Yes, but I'm just
corner,
saying,
man.
Father's Day is right around the corner. So guys, go ahead and chime in. How can we do better as women? Because y'all always complaining y'all don't get enough love around the holidays.
Gifts,
what do y'all want for Father's Day? Y'all giving us a month to prepare for it. What do you want? Because I can guarantee you, y'all don't even know what y'all want, but y'all gonna sit and complain when y'all get what y'all don't want, but you didn't tell us what you do want. What do you want for Father's Day, Josh?
Shoot, I know what I want. Oh, while you was saying it, I'm like, I know what I want, man.
Goodbye.
I want a lot of
stuff. When we
stuff.
come back, I want to ask you, could you be married to someone and have 5 children with them, but then say you were maybe never in love with them? We're going to talk about it when we get back. Don't go anywhere. All right, now you guys, welcome back to the show. Now you know Shawnee O'Neal, not Shawnee O'Neal anymore. I think it's Shawnee Henderson. She's remarried now. Right. She's the ex-wife of Shaquille O'Neal. She has a new memoir out, and it's going by something that she said has gone viral. She said that in referring to Shaq, her ex-husband, she doesn't know if she was ever really in love with the man, right? And so let's discuss that. Everybody's going, you know, she's
gotta have it in context though.
I was going to get to that part.
Go ahead.
So 5 children, been married I think they were married 17 years, something like that. Okay. I could see, so I understand why everybody was upset. How could you have 5 kids with someone and then be married to them all that time and say you were never in love with them? But she was in her 20s. She was younger. Now, we've been married, 20-something years?
22.
22 years. She's remarried now. So I'm thinking maybe looking back now, maybe she's just reflecting like, that's not really what love should have been or what love looks like in my 40s or 50, however old she is now. You know what I mean? I think it may have been taken out of context because you can't just take a line out of a book. But I do understand why people were up in arms like, how could you be?
On a team,
no, I'm just saying. No, because sometimes it takes you to be completely removed from a situation.
We gotta have a conversation.
No, sometimes it takes you to be
pull Maria
completely
aside and say, did the money cloud your perception of us? Because I think, and let me hop in here.
It's gonna be
her reality changed drastically because she was well taken care of, and she had kids by the man who provided such a lifestyle for her.
Right.
However, it wasn't by force. She said she wasn't in love with him like she is now, in the now era. They could have done things that would have revitalized the love or the way she fell for Shaq, because there had to be some attraction, something that allowed her. I would say other than money, because the problems that she's getting now online is, oh, you was a gold digger then. You just was there and you was just well taken. It had to be something that drew her in and that needed to be procured to keep her that love recycling. Because marriage is not a one-off. It's a complete.
But sometimes when
it's a job. You got to rededicate yourself.
But when you get married young, because they were fairly young when they got married, they had kids. Just pushing that whole whirlwind of being an NBA wife. I think now that her children are older, she's much older. She has a different mindset probably than when she was in her 20s and 30s. He even admitted to being a horrible husband. He said he was not a good husband. He was unfaithful. He said he went on record to say she was a good wife. She was a good woman. I'm the one that messed up. So I think now that she's remarried, I don't want to speak for her, but I think maybe what she's trying to say is that wasn't love. If I'm comparing it probably to where I'm at now in this relationship that I'm in now, this is what being loved properly feels like and looks like. What I had with Shaq back then, even though I was married to him all that time and had all them children by him, it was not love. I don't think I was really in love.
I agree with what you're saying now.
Yeah.
How
and she did say
she's being loved at a point which is so much further deeply than what she had.
Yeah.
Like I'm being, it's levels to it.
Right.
I think that's more
so correct. And I think a lot of people are like just tripping off the fact because Shaq comes across as just this fun guy.
Right.
Even us, like I come across probably as somebody that's cool. Josh does too. But you never know what it's like to be in relationship with someone. You know what I mean? He might be, like he said, like everybody's saying he was a habitual cheater and things like that. That's not loving someone, because Shawnee back in her 20s is probably like, not loving someone is not me having to call and find out or see where you're at if you're coming home.
Right.
Who's staying there with you now?
Right.
That's not love. So I understand why everybody was like, well, how could you be married to somebody that long and say you're not? No, it's just now looking back, I'm sure she probably like, that wasn't really love.
So is the heat
but not
that
to say
she's
I don't love him. Now, would I have said that out loud because that was my ex-husband and I have respect for the father of my children if we're in a good place? I probably wouldn't have said it out loud. But it is her book, it's her life, her memoir. It's her right to tell her story.
Okay.
Is she not old that?
I agree. I think
you better agree.
I think she had a right. She has a right. I ain't trying to
have
Maria write no memoir and be like,
but you know what?
I'm being loved so much more now. I'd be like, mother, that was your fault.
You owe me $17 million then, right?
That was your fault.
No, I just think that, things happen and people were going crazy over that, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
But I get what she's saying, But look, we got to go to commercial. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. So piggybacking off of that topic that we were having, could you marry someone that you're not in love with? Think about it. I think people do it every day.
For money. Yeah.
Could you have children? Could you have multiple children by someone you're not in love with?
Transaction for some people.
Could you have multiple children by someone you're not in love with?
Man, I know you ain't asking me. Would I give someone? Would I be a sugar? Would I let a sugar mama get my kid? I don't know, man. I would have to be in a situation where that makes sense for me, because it's a business arrangements all the time. You got to think, there's arranged marriages based off of financial and being taken care of. You grow to love someone.
You can.
You don't always start off in other countries. You don't always start off in love and infatuated and passion. No, your parents tell you this is who you're going to be with, and you look them up and down and be like, oh, Lord, help me. Yeah. And if I'm being taken care of, time you grow into it and be like, oh, they took care of me, they didn't hurt me or nothing like that. So I love him for that, or love her for that.
And I don't want to like really stir the pot, but money can be attractive to some people. So you can love the fact that somebody provides for you, So that's why you see funny looking people with good looking women all the time, because it must be the money.
And the other way around.
Right. Did you hear the story about the teacher who got fired for letting his class take down his hair?
Yep.
I have thoughts about that.
I'm thinking about now. My teacher was pregnant in the 3rd grade, and she let everybody massage her neck. And we massaged our teacher.
And I see
got
nothing,
up on the little stool.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
I ain't see nothing wrong with that.
I didn't see nothing wrong with
my 3rd grade teacher too.
Because this is the thing, even when
Maria,
it comes,
I had a crush on my 3rd grade teacher. So it may be something wrong with that, because the only thing I can see is some of these young ladies.
Definitely something wrong.
You
was in the 3rd grade.
Yeah, I had a crush on my teacher, man.
I had a crush on my 2nd grade teacher.
Yeah, see, sure. I used to be like, yes,
y'all going to school for the wrong things.
Right, I used to be like, yes, can I have a hug?
Getting some feel goods off the teacher. Oh my. Boy,
Yes.
only boys.
Man, I had a crush on her, man.
So
and that's
you
the
saw
only
the
thing.
video, right?
Yeah, I saw the video. I didn't see initially.
I don't see
nothing
anything wrong
with
with him having that type of relationship. There's nothing inappropriate. I didn't see anything wrong with him allowing his students to take down his hair. I wish I would have had teachers that I was that cool with to where, because I think you had some pretty cool teachers growing up.
Definitely did. However, Maria, I can see what's being said.
No one's saying anything.
And let me say this, though. I can see that what can be inappropriate. The girls can form an unhealthy attachment to the teacher. It's not about him and what he's doing. It's the access of how he's allowing them to possibly have an unhealthy relationship with them. They may start to have
that's
feelings.
not what it was.
They may start to have real feelings for him. That's the only problem.
Or they
for
might
me.
not have fathers in the home. It could be a whole list of
Right,
things.
it
I don't
could
see
be.
anything wrong with it. Maybe we can discuss it more on the
Yeah,
next show. Look, we got to
let's
go,
do it.
y'all. Go Cavs, go Guards. See y'all next time. And Monsters too. Bye.